We would load up everything on the truck, and we'd drive up to where we lay spiral cable down within 15 miles of the front line. That's for temporary communication. And where we're fighting that, if they posted with the wire on it, the telephone wire, if they knocked the post down or tore the wire down, we had to replace the posts and restring the wire. That was our job. That's it. So we'd have post hole digger trucks, and we had to go up on the side of the mountain. You had to dig them by hand, if you couldn't get a truck up there to dig if you had to put a new post up, So it was really interesting. And every day we was close to the front line within 20 miles. The refugees would always walk the railroad track, 15, 20, and 30, and 40, and 50 of them. Now, they had some incident while they told us about it. The snipers would infiltrate with the civilian people walking, retreating from the front line to be careful. So the truck that we had a 50 caliber machine gun on top. And when the man stayed up there at all time, manning the gun. Because we had guys, we climbed the post with the spikes on. You get up there and work and hook your safety belts up and step in and work and string the wire, do what you gotta do. And we was always told, never go up on a post and hook your safety belt up through the cross arm and back down. You either sit on top of the post or hook it underneath the cross arm. If you get shot or anything, you slide down the post. You won't fall down. You know what I mean? Because your belt will hold you close to the post. And we got shot at 2 or 3 times, and the guy that was on the truck, he would mow the whole crowd down because you couldn't tell who was who. You know what I mean? And this one particular day, I'll bring it to an end. I was the leader, but I never was the guy to stand back and you go do this, let's go do this. So I was up on a post one day, and every day refugees would be walking down the track, well, civilian, not refugee, but civilian people. And I had 5 guys, how far the posts are apart. And I was up on one, and someone in the crowd threw 2 hand grenades, one on 3 posts, and a piece of shrapnel went up. When it hit me right up under the arm there, right, a piece of shrapnel. And I slid right down the post. And the guy, that's when he mowed everybody down, because he couldn't tell who was who. Okay, they picked me up, unhooked my belt, and they threw me in the back of the truck, because when we go up and where you're gonna work at, you find a road crossing, you turn your truck around and you back up as you work. Because if you come under fire, you can't go in reverse that fast. So you'd always ready to put in high gear and head back south to home. See? They threw me in the back of the truck, and 2 of the other guys got a piece of shrapnel too, but in the legs. And they take us on back to Seoul, to headquarters, and take me right on to the hospital. And I was still walking, but I was dazed, and I stayed in the hospital overnight, and then they shipped me from there to Tokyo,
right
Hospital.
out of the country. So was that just a field hospital?
It's a field hospital in Tokyo and in Seoul, right. But the main hospital, they were shipped to Tokyo, right. And they flew us over there.
Oh.
And they didn't take the shrapnel out, but they worked on it until they got a load, the wounded and everybody, And they had a big, I don't know what kind of plane it was, but they had over 300 people on it. Some of them were shot up, legs off, and everything. But by the piece of shrapnel being on my left side, I was a stretcher patient. They had one side of the plane with seats on it, the guys that could walk, and we had seats. But the other half of the plane, they had about 20 nurses, and guys was all shot up and beat up and everything, so they would give them high